So what we have right here is dual maces, and then we have Breath of the Dying on swap. I don't know why it was in this side. I guess because I had a shield sitting there or something. So let's see. We need 75 dex. How much dex do we need for that? We need 115 strength. Would you look at that? Wow, that's all we need for our gear. I guess if we want to be able to change out our belt, we could add an extra 15 strength. That way we don't wind up screwing ourselves over if we wind up doing any kind of gear swaps or anything. So there we go with that. Just put the rest in vitality. Then we're gonna go to our skills. So we could use some resistances. So we're gonna get natural resistance. Previously I pumped this up, but I'm not doing that this time. This time I'm gonna max my mace mastery. I'm gonna 1-point spear mastery. As much as I want to pump a bunch into it, this does a shit ton of damage already as is. So we'll be fine with that. I would do these, but I mean, I'm getting speed because I'm going to be using Frenzy anyways for mobility. So let's just go and get these real quick. I was using Frenzy as my main damage source, but honestly, it feels like it's just slower in general than Whirlwind is. So we're going to get our 1 point in Berserk, and then we're just going to max our Whirlwind out. We're not even going to worry about Frenzy and the Frenzy damage. Whirlwind's just a superior skill in my opinion. So we could actually go here and max out Spear Mastery. Now we've got enough since we're not using Frenzy, which has all these synergies just to make it weaker than Whirlwind. So we got that. We could actually get some more life out of this. We're fine on life though, so I think even 1 point in our battle orders is going to be fine. We could go and max our natural resistance and just even our res out. Little quality of life essentially. So now we got some extra points left over. I guess since we're not using Enigma, we could use increased speed. I'm not going to put any more points than that in it though. Probably just go the rest of my points in battle orders. Can't go wrong with that. So we're going to put Berserk right here on our left click, and our right click is going to be Frenzy, just for mobility, just to gather up our speed. And then we're going to put Whirlwind, I guess, on a different button. We could even have Whirlwind on our right click on our swap, so we can Frenzy, get our movement speed up a little bit. I'll just show it right here real quick. Frenzy, I can Whirlwind with either weapon. You know, we're going to be doing pretty decent damage with this, and we're hitting more times. So I mean, there's the whole debate of two-hander versus one-hander. One-hander hits more times, so you're capable of doing more DPS and just hitting more frequently with the one-hander. But if you only need to hit the enemy one single time with the two-hander to take them out, then who cares how many times you hit them if you kill them in one hit? So there's that's the whole thing to think about. So we get our speed. We could use leap as well, just to get past enemies and stuff. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to put leap to my D key. That way I can jump over fools and get rubber banded back. So let's try Whirlwind with our the big stick this time. Just hold our shift down. So I mean, we can use either one. We're going to get bigger hits but hit less. You know, we're doing crushing blow on this side, only 20% more. This isn't doing any crushing blow, but you know, we could use this at the beginning of the boss's health and Whirlwind him down, and then when he gets really low health or lower health, we could use Breath of the Dying. We could hit him with Berserk even, or Whirlwind, and we're gonna do a pretty decent job. So let's go do a World Stone. I would take this character into Chaos some, but honestly, Chaos, just all the decrepify is going to be really annoying in there. So I'll take out a couple different mobs just to showcase what it's going to look like with So Frenzy, like, Frenzy's just not the wave. Alright. Frenzy's just a mobility thing for this character. Honestly, Frenzy's just not as good as Whirlwind in my opinion. So use the leap just to get away from these fools. Yeah, let's go and use our big stick. Yes, I mean, look at that. We trash mobs and everything, we can literally just get everything out of our way with our big stick. And then we don't have to use leap. We can actually just whirlwind through the enemies because you can pass through them with the whirlwind. So leap can be good if you don't want to use as much mana, I guess, or if you're low on mana or something, but I mean, otherwise you can just whirl through them and ignore them essentially. We'll take it into Worlds or Chaos as well in a minute. Berserk does pretty good damage too, even though it's a 1 point, and that's our way to deal with physical immunes as well. So I mean, I guess if we want to take out the big mob faster, probably the two-hander is probably going to be better, honestly. And then for single target, I think using the dual wield. And then swap to the two-hander at the low end of their health. That way, you know, we're benefiting from the higher, slightly higher damage per hit, even though it's not higher damage per second. If that makes sense. Oh, my favorite. Those things literally are not what we need to be seeing. Good thing I have some potions. Jeez. Yeah, Whirlwind is so much better than Frenzy. Even when I had Frenzy with all the synergies before I used my token, it's just not as good. Jesus, those things are dangerous. Those are the most dangerous thing in the game, in my opinion. Oh my god, run away, please. Alright. I guess if you really want to play efficient, just be a caster character. Because I was farming for my token with my sorceress, and it's nuts how much faster you just clear things out. Whether it's trash mobs, even single target and stuff, you just take things out so much faster in this game using a caster character. Let's put this Breath of the Dying to work. I was trying like a shield, like a storm shield on swap with something else just for some survivability, but it doesn't seem like it, yeah, that thing, it feels like that gets totally cucked by the decrep. If the two-hander wasn't hitting slow enough already. Maybe I could throw like a cure helmet or something on my mercenary. That would probably help this build out a lot. So definitely using the dual wield up here helps out a ton. You know, having Enigma to be able to reposition my merc and stay without decrep over here would be helpful, but it's not like a must. I just don't want to be up front and decrept when the next wave comes in, because they are kind of dangerous and they hit you with that attack that just like stun locks you. If you get in the middle of the pack, they just hit you with that bash attack or whatever it is that they do. That was gonna screw me over right there. That Might Aura combined with whatever that was. Alright. One thing I like about this build is with the Eternity, we got cannot be frozen on our weapon, so we don't have to worry about Ravenfrost, which comically and ironically, Ravenfrost is a big quality of life for melee characters, being able to hit more, but you know, we're just trying to be creative with our build. So let's go. Ironically, this build I think could be even better if we had Eternity and instead of Oath on our offhand, if we could have like Eth Stormlash. Eth Stormlash would be pretty nasty. See, that's the thing about hitting less often too. There's less of those hit checks, so you're more likely to just be hitting constantly missing and stuff with the two-hander. That's one of the downsides of that. Let me show you all my gears right now. So Breath of the Dying, we got G-Face with a Ruby Jewel of Fervor in it. 5 enhanced damage off being perfect, I believe. Then we got High Lords, Fortitude. Don't ask why it's in a Dusk Shroud. Gore Riders, Stone of Jordan, Nosferatus, Dual Leech Ring, Crafted Blood Gloves with 10 Crushing Blow, 3 Mana Leech, Life Leech, increased attack speed. Then we got Eternity and Oath. Ideally, this would be an Eth Stormlash with a Zod in it, but, you know, we're broke boy with only a Breath of the Dying, an Eternity, and an Oath. And a Mercenary with Reaper's Toll, Shaft Stop, and Crown of Thieves. Cure could be really cool on here, honestly, because that would deal with some of the curses that we're constantly getting that are making us move slower. This is actually a first for me, having a character that has some space in the inventory, and the inventory isn't just the cube. So that's kind of a first for me. So I think you saw me do the skill tree and the other thing. Pretty sure, unless my brain is just completely rotting. Let's go into Chaos real quick. You can also do this with Enigma, and you won't have to worry about Frenzy for the speed. I think the dual maces are better than the I mean, this is probably where this comes in good right there, just hitting him with that. That's where the leap comes in handy. You can whirl through stuff, but you can't whirl over that.
I can't.
Don't be telling me what you can and can't do. God, Whirlwind feels so much better than Frenzy. Frenzy, I would just be standing in the middle of a pack for 5 minutes. So get our speed up a little bit. This is kind of cool. Get our speed up and then swap. So I guess depending on the player count and the particular mobs, like using the two-hander if you're actually hitting with your Whirlwind is going to be better for taking out the trash mobs than the other. Even though you are doing more DPS with the dual wielding, you're doing more damage per hit with the big boy weapon. Okay, let's just go straight to the objectives. This isn't really an area that I would farm with this character because of all the decrep. And just like, honestly, melee characters are not really good density clears unless you're talking about like a paladin with an aura that's going to just be doing tick damage and taking things out. Like Holy Fire or Holy Shock. Those are a little bit more efficient farming characters in my opinion. Maybe we drop something crazy and... Oh, well, that's not bad, but I don't need it. So yeah, this is just a little twist on a typical Whirlwind Barbarian. See, this is where not having Enigma kind of sucks. Like, just, you know, the frenzy speed is pretty good, though. We're moving pretty fast even with the decrep. Yeah, we don't need to worry about taking everything out. I mean, like, if we want to do chaos, we're going to come back with our Nova Sorceress or something. Or come back with the freaking Poison Nova Necromancer or something. Something that's just going to take out density really fast. Because, you know, if you're not being efficient, then why are you playing? Wow, look at that. I hate the whole attack rating system, low-key. Like, they could take away the attack rating system and melee characters would still not be as good as casters. Let's be honest. Let me know what you think below. Because I never thought about it like that, but even without it, I honestly think caster characters would be better. Maybe not for like Ubers or something. There could be like something like that where I swear to God I was past that. The server was like, nope, not on server side. Okay, so look at that. Let's see how much less. Okay, that's always cool. One shot him. So I mean that's a good little proof of concept right there. I didn't even mean to hit him with the berserk, but we just one-shotted Diablo at the end of his health with this. So I think, you know, hitting twice as frequently and applying the crushing blow from all of our different pieces of gear and then swapping to this at the end, at the tail end of their health, is not a bad way to go. You know, the character can be stronger. It could definitely, you know, be, I could just put grief on there or 2 griefs and, you know, it is what it is, but I like the character like this. I also want to play a barb with Grandfather and Doombringer. I know it's not going to be as good as this though, but it'll look cool. This looks pretty cool in my opinion though. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for stopping by and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.